I don't know if you're even going to find today's episode valuable. Maybe this is going to be one of those that really everybody resonates with, that I don't expect it, or maybe it'll just be garbage. But I wanted to talk to you about my summer schedule and kind of a day in the life of me as a copywriter right now, like a dozen years after launching my full-time freelance business. Just kind of to represent the mix of freedom that working for yourself can give you, and responsibility that you also end up taking on. And who knows, like, I don't know, you'll find whatever value you can in this, or whatever value you do in this. So it's a busy time for me. Twice actually in the last week, I've had people ask if I should stop doing these daily episodes. And who knows, like I may make that decision to stop doing daily and maybe switch to 3 times a week or something until school's back in session. For right now, no, I'm sticking with it. But also, like, you know, there's these freedom and there's responsibility and busyness, and like also recognizing that where I am right now is representative of choices that I have made. And I'm still here choosing every day to do what I do, and do it for you, do it for me, do it for my family, do it for like every, like, it, you know, it's what I'm choosing to do, right? I don't know. I have some notes here that I'll dive into after the official intro, and so let's go.
These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough.
All right, so if you resonate with this, don't forget to like and subscribe so you get more content like this delivered to you. You can also leave me a comment. Let me know what resonated or didn't, if you just think this is total garbage. Anyways, I figure, like, in talking about this topic, day in the life of a copywriter, I might share today's schedule. So today is Tuesday as I'm recording this, even though this is going to publish at the end of the day on Wednesday. And I set my alarm early today. I woke up and I wrote copy very early, before the kids were up. I was writing by about 5 a.m. I also finished content for training. The training was scheduled at 9 a.m. today, so I was finishing the content for that. The training in particular that I'm talking about is the bonus training for people who bought the Advanced $1 Million Google Docs through my referral link. I just wrapped up session 2 of 2 on that additional training. And that's what I did at 9 o'clock is I delivered that training. The call lasted about 2 hours, actually. We went deep. It was good stuff. And then after that, I did my commit action coaching call. It's my coach who helps me stay on top of all the million things that I have going on. After that call, there was a thing related to being the swim team parent representatives. My wife and I are our neighborhood pool's swim team parent representatives. About 100 kids and 70 families involved in the swim team. We've actually won the city meet for like 20 years straight, almost, minus 1 year. And so it's a very active culture and community around the swim team. And there was some business related to that where I had to go down to the pool for a bit. Came home, I'm recording this episode real quick, planning on going to the library with the kids a little bit later, going to a baseball practice after that, and, you know, doing dinner and all that stuff in the middle as well. And so what you're hearing, obviously, is like, this is, you know, it's not a typical full-time job by any stretch of the imagination. My weekly schedule right now, so that was my daily schedule today on Tuesday, all the things that I was getting done. My weekly schedule is basically a part-time schedule. In the summer, it's less hours, but even from the very beginning of my client copywriting business, I made the decision that I was not going to work a traditional full-time work week. In the summer, my main work time is Tuesday mornings, Thursday all day, and Friday pretty much all day. And other stuff fits in around that. There's daily content that I record. Usually every day of the week, I carve out a little bit of time to do some work stuff. But my work week is very flexible because the times that I'm not working, I am involved. I'm involved with my kids. I'm around. I'm, doing a lot of things going down, involved with the swim team, making sure all of that stuff is happening. And just in general, like being able to be flexible in a way that I would never be able to be flexible in the context of a full-time work week. That's, again, one of the points that I made in the intro. This is about choices. It's about choices. So I'm just reflecting on all of this and the choices that you can make, that you get to make, that you end up making for example, adding up some of my choices, choosing to be a parent, choosing to launch my own business, choosing to be a client copywriter, choosing to not work full-time, choosing to be present for my family. Like all these choices made, this is what it's added up to for me. And thankfully I have copywriting and marketing and entrepreneurship that allows me to have that flexible schedule. This summer, like all the priorities that I'm working to fit in include work. I have the daily breakthrough marketing secrets. I'm doing consistent training and content for BTMSinsiders. I have client stuff going on. I am likely, there's a verbal agreement, at least at this point, to hop on and be a copy chief for an agency that a friend of mine runs. And so there's the client stuff going on a personal level. There's the family. There is being swim team parent reps and being on the pool board. And so there's things going on like that. And then surprise, surprise, had an opportunity come up where I'm probably going to end up being a commercial landlord very soon with my wife. We're likely going to be buying an office suite and being the landlords there. And so there's a lot going on. Schedules are full. And what I'll say here is, like, I'm not trying to busy brag. There are people that they brag that they're working 90 hours a week and whatever. Some of this definitely does feel like a lot. And so the question that comes up, and one of the questions that came up in the context of, should you publish daily? The question is, like, where do things give? What are you going to say no to say yes to something else? And so are you going to say no to your sanity to say yes to all these things? Are you going to say no to sleep, which is going to lead to saying no to your sanity? What are you going to say no to? And some of that, I'm kind of figuring out as I go. What I'll say is important is, if you're going to be busy, it's important to take care of yourself. Certainly there are people who can operate and do a ton of things and be very happy. And there are people who struggle to keep up with a lot of things. And I do my best to keep up with all the things. I am also trying to remain aware of, like, okay, how much is too much and how much is the right amount? And I'm also focusing on remembering that what I really got into entrepreneurship for was freedom. Now, defined more specifically, there are, freedom to earn more money than I would necessarily be able to earn just working for a straight boss. Freedom to control my schedule, freedom to not have somebody else controlling my schedule, freedom to not check into the office for 40 hours a week, freedom to be able to, be here for my kids throughout the day, freedom to work from home, freedom to, there's freedoms to do things, there's freedoms to not do things. And an important thing to remember for you as an entrepreneur or as a copywriter or whatever you are, right? Freelancer, whatever you are. An important thing to remember is, what are you doing it for? What freedoms are you looking to obtain? And when you make different commitments, when you say yes to different things, when you choose different things, how does that impact your original intentions? And you can do whatever you want. It is better to do it intentionally. Funny little story. I was actually at the grocery store with my kids the other day, and my son was asking, I want to buy this toy. I think I want to buy a toy from the toy section. And grocery stores, the grocery store we were at least, had the cheapest, crappiest little toy section, right? And it's always just the cheapest, crappiest toys. And it's always just to get that kid who's like, can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get this? And I'm always, don't spend your money on that, right? Just it's a waste of money. And I try to communicate with, making a good purchase decision. You want to spend money Like, go make a good decision. And what came to me the other day was, whenever we're at the grocery store, what came to me was, we did not show up to the grocery store with the intention of buying a specific toy. We didn't even show up to the grocery store with the intention of buying any toy, right? We showed up and the intention was to buy groceries. If you have an intention, if you are going to set an intention and go buy a toy, go choose the best way to spend your money. Go set that intention. So I would say to you, like, go set your intention for how you want to spend your time, the things that you want to commit to, the things that you don't want to commit to, and do that and fully commit and embrace that. And sometimes that's going to lead to a lot more things going on, and sometimes it's less things, but it's about doing it all with intention. And when you get good at this, one of the things that happens is like what happened with this commercial real estate opportunity. Not going to go into too many details here, but basically it's a very limited time opportunity for a specific deal. And it was just, hey, let's seize it. Let's seize this opportunity while it's here. And in that regard, I'm reminded Grant Cardone, I read his 10X book, and not a lot of it stuck with me. But specifically, there was a list of 32 traits of high achievers or high performers or whatever. And one of those traits was commit first, figure it out later. Commit first, figure it out later. And to me, that really resonates. So had this opportunity, the schedule already felt busy, things felt busy, but it was too good of an opportunity to just say no to. So we said yes. And now we're figuring out what that's going to take. And it should work out pretty well. I hope it works out pretty well. But yeah, there's I don't know, what value do you get out of this? I'm not sponsoring this episode with any special link to training or anything like that. But I would encourage you to reflect on this. And when I talk to you about my schedule for the summer and the choices that I've made and the freedoms that I enjoy and the responsibilities that I've taken on, usually the more you take on responsibilities, by the way, the more freedom you are able to achieve. And it's kind of paradoxical because on one level, you feel completely committed to your responsibilities, which seems like a lack of freedom, but the freedom to choose those responsibilities is a massive freedom. And I feel very fortunate for kind of the mix of choices and freedoms and responsibilities that I've ended up with. So what big takeaways did you get out of this episode? Did you get the value out of this? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get more content like this delivered to you. Typically, my episodes are more about copywriting, marketing, business building, and more, because this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, and I'm Roy Furr. And, I hope whatever value you got out of this, it is tremendous, and I look forward to sharing more value with you again in the next episode. I'll see you soon.
Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.